That song was like our childhood, man. That's crazy to me. I always forget that that's DJ
Did you just
Khaled.
say that you just realized that? Like when?
I was like a couple years ago. Like,
wow.
Right when he dropped, like, I'm the One, maybe.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Wait, those came out like very far apart from each other.
Those were...
That's what I'm saying,
that's
bro.
surprising you just found... You didn't hear him in the beginning say, DJ, like 100 times?
Yeah, I guess not. It just always skipped my head.
I think it was in elementary school. Was
How about
the
like
first
Wild
time
Thoughts too? Wild Thoughts was like one I didn't like realize till like later.
Yeah, in elementary school, it was the first time I listened to DJ Khaled. It was like 4th or 5th grade, and is when he kind of came out with those hits. Yeah. And he made sure that everybody in the building, whoever was listening, knew he was producing it.
We the best music.
Yeah.
Another one.
Kind of unreal. But
my dad's gonna love this, by the way. He hates DJ Khaled.
Does he? I mean, for good reason.
I think it's kind of hard to like the dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I like him as a dude. I don't like him as like a musician though.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah.
Imagine going to a DJ Khaled concert and he's just like
bringing out 100 different artists. Well,
does he even do that?
I don't know.
Like does he just go out there and like hit play?
Like a Mac, yeah, he's like JPEG Mafia, except
literally.
like it's not him singing.
All I do is God did. Like he just goes out there.
Yeah, we should change up the ad-libs on that one.
Yeah, facts.
I would love his job though. I'll say that.
Oh,
for sure. Anyone would.
He's making so much money.
So much bread. The amount of connections he has. This man's like Saul Goodman, bro.
Right.
Yeah, Saul Goodman.
He is. He's like Bob Odenkirk. But yeah.
Okay. We got to get into these trades. I'm sorry. We got to get into these NBA
all right,
trades.
you run the show. Let's do it.
I'm okay. Like, is there anyone we want to talk about first?
Kevin Durant.
Kyrie.
Kevin Durant.
Okay, let's go on the order of the weeks. I mean, Kevin Durant's more recent, but
that was last night.
That was the biggest. I woke up and I was like, Kevin Durant's on the Suns. Like
that's what I'm saying,
That's
bro.
true. That's
I was
true.
like literally with my roommate Matt, and we're just chilling, and he's like, "KD just got traded to the Suns." I was like,
"Suns
what?
in 5."
I was like, "What did you just say?" You said Kevin Durant to the Suns, and I look at Twitter. I'm like, "Oh my god!"
You know what's more crazy to me though? That Kyrie, first off, now he's about to play KD. He's about to play LeBron. All these men are in the West now.
Yeah.
Dude,
that's
the West
crazy.
Is
You shouldn't be saying that just in general. You should be telling that to John Moran and Dylan Brooks and all those guys out in Memphis because they think they're the top dogs.
When they play the West, oh my!
They are gonna have a handful with that.
I mean, the
Phoenix
Celtics
team.
are the only ones that compete now, and the Bucks.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like out of the East,
Memphis
it's
is
literally
gonna have-
only the Celtics and the Bucks that are like.
John Morant's gonna have a handful with those teams out West. I mean, the Phoenix Suns are a contender.
Because they got T.J. Warren too.
Yeah,
Let's
T.J.
not act like he's a scrub.
Yeah,
like,
bring back Bubble TJ. I mean, he can play with anybody,
Oh my
right?
God.
Before this year, he was dropping like 20 a game for his career, pretty much.
I'm surprised that like trade went through. I mean, like it makes sense for KD to like be like, okay, yeah, I don't want to be on this team after Kyrie left, like because I feel like that's one of the reasons they kind of both went to the Nets.
Yeah,
I just like I wonder what happened because I feel like we've heard these rumors about KD and Kyrie being wanting to get out of Brooklyn since they got there. I feel, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like KD was like. He just trying to get to like a winning team like now, but I feel like Kyrie actually had like some problems with them, like the management. Like there was like a lot of messed up stuff.
They did not let him play a lot, especially during COVID.
Dude, they hardly played together, which is crazy. In the amount of time,
right?
Harden's definitely not like a good thing to add to the mix. Yeah, you never know.
We forget. I mean, people forget about that. That James Harden was on that squad too.
Yeah, James Harden, Ben Simmons,
and that was probably. I mean, when you take a look at the history of, especially in recent history and NBA history, I mean, that is probably the most underwhelming team
for sure
ever.
And it's like a mix.
We thought right away, we're like, these guys are going to win it. Like, they're favorites.
Well, like,
and they were just...
Like, I feel like them not playing.
That was such
because of injuries and stuff, like hurt. I don't know.
That was such a funny year, too, because, like, literally, that was right when I think AD went to the... No, it couldn't have been. It was when Russ went to the Lakers. And people were like, oh, my God, we know who's going to be in the championship. It's going to be Nets, Lakers. And look at how they both did.
I mean, look at Russ now.
What's Russ?
He's a Utah Jazz now.
That is crazy.
Okay,
Russ is on the
Why do I
Jazz,
feel like he's going to be a good fit? Why do I feel like Russ is about to
Jazz
start
have a bunch of role players. They have a lot of picks, but I don't know. Russ will be probably like off the bench again.
Laurie Marketing, baby.
Laurie's pretty good. But who do you think won the Suns Nets trade? Obviously, we gotta say Suns, right?
I think you got.
I mean, you got KD, but
for the
it's
Nets,
pretty equal.
I was just gonna say for the Nets. I mean, when you talk about
where
where you're at as an organization, having Kyrie, when you have Kyrie, KD, just getting all those draft picks. I mean, where they're at right now, as far as the future, I think they're in a pretty good spot. I mean, obviously you lose Kyrie and KD in a week, but. Yeah.
I don't even think they should be that worried though. I really don't think. I think Nets fans, like with the amount of stuff that they picked up, And especially, dude, they just have a really deep roster.
My bad. Because Jay Crowder got sent to the Nets, and he just got traded. Picks? He just got traded for 5 second-round picks.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Jay Crowder's not worth that, respectfully.
Yeah, Josh Hart reuniting.
That being said,
he's on the Knicks, right?
Jay Crowder is like such a random role player, but like he always makes it to the finals.
No, he does.
Like,
He's a gritty player. Like he just like does like.
Because wasn't he with the Heat when they made it?
He does do stuff that like doesn't show up on the stat sheet.
Oh yeah,
just like Josh Hart does. I feel like Josh Hart's like a very like good player to have on your team because he does a lot of stuff that doesn't show up on the stats. Like he's like very like.
Didn't he just get traded too?
Yeah,
he's reuniting with Jalen Brunson.
I'm interested in who did the Trailblazers just pick up? Didn't they just trade for someone?
Well, Josh Hart. They had Josh Hart and they got someone from the Knicks.
I was talking to my roommate Matt, and we were like, "Oh, finally, they can maybe fight for a second round playoff win." I actually kind of feel bad for Trailblazers fans and Damian Lillard.
Yeah, it was right before the game. Josh Hart got traded, and I mean, I saw a picture of it. All the Trailblazers players were out on the court doing warm ups, and they're just like on their phones. Like,
trade deadline is literally one of the craziest things in sports. Yeah. It's actually so cool to watch.
There's been like pretty crazy trade deadline throughout all sports.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
And Kyrie, first game as Maverick last night, 24 points.
Oh, I needed him to get one more point.
Luka is happy that he doesn't have to play for them to win.
Right.
Like, that's probably the first time in his career the Mavs won without him playing.
I know, crazy.
He's like, wait a minute, Kyrie?
He all smiles from that bench.
I'm interested to see how they work together.
No, I feel like they're going to work great together.
I kind of think so too.
Luka's literally like plays like LeBron. He facilitates like LeBron. I feel like he could be a better scorer than LeBron also. Like, Luka's ridiculous. He's still 23.
I mean, that's what I was going to say. People forget Luka Doncic, man, is 23 years old. Jason Tatum, he's 24, I think. Mm-hmm. But, man, this guy he's averaging like 40 in a month. And he's literally younger. He's like 2 years older than us.
You know who's actually averaging 40 in a month? The boy Cam Thomas.
Yeah, Cam Thomas.
He's looking like a stud.
Yeah, he's been great lately.
Then he put the Kobe's on.
And again, talk about the next future. I mean,
fact.
Who knows what his longevity looks like? But I mean, Cam Thomas has always been a great scorer.
No, he was good in college. Yeah, he played 1 year.
He's been like one of those guys that kind of has flown under the radar.
He was great at LSU. Leading scorer in the SEC at LSU. Was great at Oak Hill.
I love how he plays too.
Yeah. Great. I mean, he's just a pure scorer.
Watching him play, that was a fun game.
He's a very good scorer.
So, again, another part to look forward to as far as, Brooklyn's future.
I mean, it's going to be fun.
That's what I'm saying.
I got to see the Suns. Like, the fact that they got... I mean, CP is, like, kind of old, but CP0 could get a ring now, maybe.
Yeah, maybe he can finally get a ring.
Like, Booker healthy, he's giving you 30.
Yep.
You got Aiden, top 5.
Right.
Arguably center. Like,
good size.
He's top 10 for sure.
Definitely top 10.
He's good size, though.
He's great size. He'll get you, like, at least, like, 10 points, 10 boards.
As far as scoring
20 plus points.
Yeah, with KD.
They dang near can like put in like anyone at that 4, but it's probably gonna be TJ too, and they're gonna have a very good lineup.
They still got.
Yeah, I think they're gonna put Warren at the 4.
Yeah, because they lost Bridges and Cam Johnson.
Yep. So
I feel bad for Bridges. I don't know if you guys saw like tweets about like he was a huge Suns like fan. He was a big team guy.
But you just got a better Bridges, even though Bridges is very good on defense. But KD is like, come on, it's KD.
It's KD, man.
He's a top 5 scorer of all time, I think.
Let's get to the blockbuster trade that is the Raptors acquiring Jacob Poeltl. All right.
Anyways, back to what we were saying. The Phoenix Suns.
The Blazers got Cam Reddish too.
That's who it was. Cam Reddish. That's a good pick.
Cam Reddish getting passed around.
That was for Hart, correct?
Yeah.
That was for Josh.
Cam Reddish, like. What a career he's had. He went from Duke to being the third player. Right. He was like a 5-star recruit. That's actually tough.
That Duke team was nuts.
I just got a G count.
They were silly.
Their 1, 2, 3 was just
because there was 3 guys going to the top 5. It was
Zion.
They had Trey Jones at the point guard position, who now is, I think,
he's not bad.
He's either I don't know if he starts or is the backup for San Antonio. Right? He's the San Antonio. His brother Tyus is
on the Grizzlies. Yeah.
So Trey Jones, RJ Barrett. I forgot who was at their 4 position, but then again Cam Reddish and Zion. They were unbelievable and got beaten that Elite 8 that year.
They should have won. Who was it they played that day? It was a UVA.
Michigan State beat them
in
the Elite 8.
Gonzaga won.
It was Michigan State beat them and
I can't even remember.
That's when they had Cassius Winston. Who with the headband.
What happened to him? Is he a G League?
I think he played a little bit for the Wizards. He probably is playing G League right now, but he got drafted.
Okay.
He got a little tick in the league, but again, he's just a stud of a college player, unbelievable point guard. But
and honestly, it played out like their careers are playing out exactly how I thought. Honestly, I mean, we knew Zion was gonna be good, but he's injured.
Facts.
RJ is like developing year by year. He's getting better and better.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about RJ.
I feel like RJ is like gonna give you 20 plus.
He has his moments, that's for sure.
RJ
He'll be solid.
And then Cam Reddish is just underwhelming.
Yeah.
I never thought.
they're young guys.
I never thought he was gonna like.
Obi Toppin also, like, if we're gonna talk about RJ, Obi Toppin's kind of developing pretty well over there too. He just doesn't get any minutes.
I mean, a bunch of Knicks fans and Dayton fans as well have kind of just been talking about what his future looks like in the NBA. And today they revealed that he has had some offers on the board for Obi
That's
Toppin.
what I've heard.
Really?
I've heard the
teams.
Raptors.
Well, people wanted the Raptors. Yeah, I don't know if the Raptors have come out.
Obviously, as being the lone Raptors fan on this show, and probably in Dayton, Ohio.
If only the Bulls took him.
Matt, though.
Patrick Williams.
Yeah.
Minus my roommate Matt, I would love to see Obi Toppin.
Yeah, and another thing is when you look at the West with OG and Anunoby,
he's trying to get out.
There's definitely going to be some teams in the West now that KD is out there with Phoenix, who are going to try and pick him up as far as
I sadly
go out there and play well defensively against them.
Yeah, where is OG about to go? OG about to go.
I have no clue, man.
I think he's out of here.
I think sadly, as much as like OG's one of my favorite Raptors players. You know, he was one of those first years where like I paid attention to our draft, and I love this kid from Indiana. He's English. He's from Britain. You know, I gotta love that.
He's pretty good. He's a great defender.
Yeah, he's a really good two-way player, and And you know, he reminded everyone of Kawhi. You know, he'd be out there saying nothing and just like. I think it'll be really sad to see him go, but at the same time, I feel like the Raptors are in the place where they know they can't make a championship
anyway.
And another team that can make the championship is the Houston Rockets, who just added
just happened.
Yeah, just got John Wall. Back. John Wall's back.
I was gonna say
they re-signed him.
They re-signed him and they traded him for Eric Gordon. So Eric Gordon is going back to the Clippers.
That's an interesting trade.
That's a really interesting trade.
Back to the Rockets.
Yeah, I mean, respectfully, they're not doing that.
I thought he was done. What was he?
John Wall?
Yeah, wasn't he just hurt?
Well, he was hurt. I mean, John Wall's been through. You talk about his career. He's been through so much. His mother passing away.
Yeah,
his grandmother passing away. Injury after injury after injury.
Re-injured himself.
He is one of my
when he was like prime, he was one of my
really
favorite
players.
Oh
he was really good in the Wizards.
Yeah, I'm really glad I got to see
his high school career.
He injured.
He was crazy in high school.
Yeah, amazing at Kentucky.
Kentucky ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, in Kentucky.
That was a great team too.
Yeah, and you know, all those injuries and all those things that he's really been through, he finally just got back, kind of in the mix of things in the league, playing for the Clippers, and he's now on his way to Houston.
But yeah, I don't know. You know, I was. It kind of always makes me. Whenever I think of John Wall, I saw a Wizards game where this was right before he got injured, and they were playing the Nets. And I remember I was really excited because I wanted to see Jeremy Lin play because he was on the Nets at the time. But John Wall literally maybe had one of the greatest fourth quarter performances I've ever seen. Just dropping all these threes and like. Man, my favorite thing about John Wall is he's cocky, and I love that. I kind of love a good cocky player.
He's just confident. Yeah, he's just a confident player. He plays out there with a bunch of confidence, and dudes, you know, he's been through a lot, and he just plays with a chip on his shoulder. He's always has, even though he's kind of been a really highly recruited and highly looked at guy. Another player kind of in the mix with the Clippers is Bones Highland, who is also going to the Clippers. Bones Highland, a VCU alum, actually, one of the best A-10 players.
All time if he's in the league.
Yeah. Who has had a really good season this year, getting not too many minutes out in Denver.
Backup,
but it's been solid.
Point guard for the Clippers. I mean,
yeah, he's gonna be helping out in that backcourt.
Oh wait, I don't know if you saw this. Pat Bev to the Magic.
Yeah, I did see that.
Wow.
Okay, Pat Bev.
Just when you thought Pat Bev would reunite.
Does anyone here like Pat Bev?
I kind of do.
I actually
kind of do.
I like it.
I have respect for
him.
him.
I guess I respect, like, if he's on your team, I guess you kind of like him, but like. He's just so annoying.
If he's on your team, you like him. He's one of those guys.
I like the mentality.
Yeah,
but that's why. That's
mentality's good, but you're trash.
Yeah, he's definitely not as good as a player as he hypes himself up. But man, there is nothing that will ever not get old like that video of him winning the play-in game while he was at Timberwolves. Who were they playing that series against?
Well, who was he talking about? He was talking like trash on like crazy.
Oh, he always talks.
He was beefing
trash.
with someone though. Like he was saying,
Chris
I got
Paul.
Yeah, who was that
I
series?
think it's probably it was Chris Paul after they lost.
Chris Paul. Yeah, there's a ton of guys.
I guess like it's funny like
Chris Paul has always been his guy.
Chris Paul like always like chokes, but like Chris Paul's cooking you. Chris Paul's had a way better career than you. He's had a better year than you every year. Like Pat Bev, I'm sorry.
I remember when Lonzo came in the league, he gave him the hardest time, and like they almost like kind of got into it, man.
Lonzo's been hurt for a while too. We need him back on the Bulls.
Yeah, his knees are unbelievable.
I thought it was really funny how well, I think it's funny that Pat Bev's on the move now, even though he just like tweeted out like yesterday when they got deloading. It's like reunion.
Yeah.
Not for long, maybe for like one day in the practice.
No, how about the Lakers? Lakers too. Lakers got a lot of like good, like above average players. Nothing crazy, but like all of them are going to contribute.
They definitely.
Well.
I was just gonna say, obviously losing Westbrook, picking up D'Lo, and
that's gonna.
Jared Vanderbilt.
Yeah, Vanderbilt's pretty good. Big. He'll get you like 10 and 10.
Yeah, I think they can. I think they can definitely compete for the play-in. And
I feel like
win a few games in the playoffs. But again, I still don't think they're a contender.
I don't think they're a contender either.
Absolutely not.
Especially with the West, how it's looking right now.
But if you look at Phoenix, man, picking up KD is huge.
I'm interested to see how they play together.
Unreal. They can ride in the journey that KD has had. Obviously, going to Golden State was a big surprise for some of us.
I'll never forget that, bro.
It's now, going obviously to Brooklyn. That was a surprise. Teaming up with Kyrie and Harden. That was, a dump truck. And now coming to Phoenix to play with,
destroy another franchise.
A really good Phoenix team. It'll be interesting again to see how he kind of.
We can't overhype this Suns team though. They have their moments, and they also have their really bad moments where they look.
The moments when they had the best record in the NBA last year.
Yeah,
let's talk about that. Without KD,
they were off. They're kind of off to a slower start this year. What seed are
slower
we
start
at?
for sure. But Devin Booker's been hurt for a while.
Facts.
And I mean,
he just came back. He was not that bad.
Right.
I kind of love like little CP3 and KD. That just sounds like
that's just a matchup I never thought would happen, and like
but it also sounds
like in their primes. I feel like that would have been so fun to watch.
It sounds like a matchup made in heaven almost. Like I think it all kind of depends on how they move the ball.
I mean, I don't think KD's really ever had like a very good like point guard who is like kind of like a pass first like ball moving like point guard how CP is like. Every point guard he's played with has just been like a top scorer.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be a really good system for him. I mean, you talk about Chris Paul, obviously, a great facilitator, a great floor general, even though he's kind of getting into those years where he's fallen off a little bit statistically. But again, you got Ayton who's going to, hopefully do the dirty work, right? Down low, getting those rebounds, playing good defense on bigs. I think that, and obviously TJ Warren is going to be another great player who I think will play the power forward position for them.
How big is he?
I think that'll be able to spread the floor for Phoenix and will allow not only KD but Devin Booker to thrive scoring wise. And then you have those other guys. If you need to go to them, right? If you need to go to Warren, if you need to go to Chris Paul, then they can.
No, for sure. But KD and like Booker as your scorers, like that's a very like I feel like Booker's like kind of overhated. Like I don't really like Booker that much either, just because he hasn't really done anything. But he's like a very good scorer in the league.
I'm interested to if you were the coach of the Phoenix Suns, who are you giving your last shot to? You're down to
KD.
Gotta go KD.
KD.
Yeah, I mean, did you see Devin Booker against Luka, his father?
Thanks.
Did we see KD just 1 inch away from changing like the fate of like NBA history just with his foot when he hit that three against Milwaukee?
That was actually crazy. I remember that.
Unbelievable.
I feel like that should have been a shot, a three, honestly.
Giannis wouldn't have gotten the championship.
Yeah, no.
I think the Nets might have taken it.
I think that should have been a three.
Yeah.
I think that should have been a three.
But they went to OT and still lost though. That's the thing. They couldn't get
that should have been like game though.
Yeah. I mean, you can't blame like his size, whatever shoe he wears, but I mean, it's crazy that they were that
Slim
close.
Reaper.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Stud. A lot of great NBA talk, and obviously, before we take a quick commercial break here, you got to give a shout out to LeBron James, who just
oh my gosh, we have to talk about that for a little bit.
The all-time record for points scored.
That was something special to watch, actually, and I was kind of like. I was like, do I want to watch this? But then I was like, this is like kind of like almost as big as like this is the most big regular season thing to happen since like Kobe retiring, probably.
Yeah.
But how about like the dude in the paint thinking he was about to get the pass?
Yeah, right.
Thomas Bryant. He actually just got traded today.
He got traded?
Yeah.
I'm a wizard. That's crazy. He's forever in that picture, though. He's forever in that.
Yeah, he was posting up, trying to get some work down low on.
He's like, I got shot.
You see AD's reaction?
Yes, he was standing on the bench.
Salty.
Yeah.
Supposedly that was something from early in the game, though. Him and someone else were like kind of like beefing a little bit.
And I know Westbrook, they said during halftime he had...
Yeah, Russell Westbrook and their coach, right?
Yep, the coaching staff, them and Westbrook got into it a little bit during halftime before, again, in that third quarter,
He had some
LeBron.
crazy turnovers.
I mean, to be fair, Russell Westbrook had 27 points off the bench.
Yeah, he actually played a great game.
And they're trying to take him out. I think that was like the whole debate.
Yeah.
And
it's tough.
I guess it's pretty reasonable.
Crazy, man. Again, Westbrook is another guy you look at. He's kind of the same as KD. It's just like prime Westbrook was unbelievable, averaging a triple-double. And then, his next 3 to 4 years, traded to the Rockets.
After literally signing that 5 year.
He signed the biggest contract at the time. And he's been on a different team each year. I saw that yesterday.
Unbelievable.
So I feel like KD's definitely like hasn't fallen off as much. KD's still like doing the same thing. So crazy, like field goal percentage same. Like Russell Westbrook,
if he stays healthy, man,
lower minutes, and I don't know, he just can't like drive like he used to. He just lost kind of that athleticism, and that was like never really like KD's like main focus.
Right, and I think if he can stay healthy, they're going to be a good spot going into the playoffs. But again, LeBron James, man, he looked really good in that game. Man, could not miss from beyond the arc.
That was a wild thing to watch, and you could tell like he got to that third quarter. He's like, I'm hitting it.
I'm hitting in the third quarter. I won't wait till the fourth or wait till the next game. Just everybody in attendance. Obviously, Kareem, a bunch of celebrities like Jay-Z, Bronny was there. His whole family was there.
You got the new Kareem meme now.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun.
Him passing the ball over.
Yeah, it was.
No, after like LeBron like makes a shot, like he's using on Kareem.
Oh yeah, the funniest face. He did not look happy.
Yeah.
And it's like his Twitter bio still said like all-time scoring.
Yeah.
No, they changed it. He changed it.
All right,
took
good.
it off.
Yeah.
It's like so we're editing profiles now.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a special moment. And just when we were watching that, I kind of just took a step back and was thinking like, man, it's coming to an end. As much as it doesn't feel like it or look like it, right? He's averaging 30 points this year, and he's 38 years old.
It's crazy.
It's unbelievable. I mean, we've never seen an athlete do such things as far as longevity.
MJ wasn't doing this.
Nobody in the NBA has ever come close to what he's doing at age 38. It's just
talk about MJ
unbelievable.
I'm just saying those.
We'll get into that.
I'm
just saying LeBron at 38 and MJ at 30.
Jordan's prime's a little different.
You just gotta.
I'm not saying he's not the GOAT.
You just got to appreciate
what
he's done for the league and his career because, again, he's only got a few more years left.
Oh, yeah. I need to see him play before he retires. I absolutely need to see him play.
Yeah.
Bronny James.
Yeah. And
I was talking to some people about this. Do we think Bronny is going to get like drafted number 1 overall? Depending on
he's 36 in his class.
I know, but like it's also the factor of wherever he goes, LeBron's going.
I think he could be a second-round pick.
I think he'll fall that far.
That would be my guess for Bronny. Just following Bronny, his career at Sierra Canyon, he's been a great high school player. Just was announced as one of the McDonald's All-Americans, so top 30 player in the country.
Where do we think he's going?
In his class. He's down to 3. He's the only unsigned top 100 player in the country right now.
Well, I think we all know where he's going.
He's got Ohio State, USC, and Oregon. I think he's going to go to the Buckeyes. But do not be surprised.
That'd make me mad.
Do not be surprised if he goes to USC.
Oh no,
his home. He's right by home. Oregon's kind of like the outsider, which is like a surprise. But again, USC. If he goes to USC,
Oregon always like is like a sneaky. I feel like they just got good negotiating team. They got the unis here. They got Nike back.
It is a good program too. They've been pretty good in March.
Yeah, they got the
but for USC, obviously Isaiah Collier, one of the top 5 players in the class.
Mikey Williams, his former teammate.
Yeah,
tough.
So. Just something to watch out for. I think he will be a Buckeye, but again, USC is another big.
Can you imagine that? Like you're just walking to class and you see Bronny, the son of LeBron James. Like the amount of fame he's going to have on that campus is going to be ridiculous.
If you can find them, there's 60,000 people at that school.
Yeah. So. It's not like UD where you just see Duran walking down this road.
Yeah, exactly.
No, and
Bronny's a little shorter too.
Right. And before we go to break, we're going to take a quick little break here on WUDR. Again, you're listening to WUDR Dayton. Deron Holmes was actually just named he was honored for the Karl Malone Award, so top 10 power forwards in the country.
Good for him.
Yeah, along some really good names. And again, it'd be interesting to see if he can win A-10 Player of the Year this year after
it should
step up big time.
Yeah.
It should be Tumani freaking Kamara, honestly.
Not with the turnovers, buddy.
Well, I think, Tumani Kamara, obviously, he had 26 and 15
had some pretty good
in that VCU game.
He's a dog.
He was unbelievable. Best game of the year, maybe, of his college career in that VCU game, and he was huge for Dayton.
No, for sure.
And he's going to need to be big tomorrow night as they'll take on St. Louis for a big game.
That's a huge
in
game.
A10 play at 8 p.m. That'll be at UD Arena. So definitely something to look out for. And I always feel like it's one of the best. As far as Dayton basketball goes, it's not only one of the best games of the year, but one of the best weekends. It feels like a lot of people come down to travel to UD Arena. They're like family, friends. Like there's always people, or if you can't get a ticket to the game, Milano's is going to be bumping, right? Mm-hmm. There's going to be people watching that game everywhere.
Yeah, I think once you hit those conference games later in the year, a lot of the alumni start coming back, and the weather's getting nicer, so people are hanging around.
Yeah.
But I think UD Arena will be popping.
Especially, for the Arch Baron Cup, one of the biggest rivalries for Dayton basketball, if not the biggest rivalry against St. Louis. Again, Travis Ford versus Anthony Grant. And Yuri Collins, again, going to be a good matchup against, hopefully, Malachi Smith, who did not play in that VCU game.
What's up with that?
He, and he's been a little bit injury prone, but he did not have a boot on. So he should be good to go. Will be interesting to see.
I hope so.
And no updates really.
We need him.
Yeah.
In traditional Dayton basketball fashion, they love to keep everything secret.
Gonna be a huge matchup with him. Hopefully, if he plays against Yuri Collins, who is currently leading the NCAA in assists at 10 assists.
That's crazy.
So going to be a big game for St. Louis versus Dayton, and something to watch out for. And you can catch that tomorrow at 8 p.m. at UD Arena. I believe it's going to be there I think it's on ESPN 2. So
I hope so.
It depends. Sometimes they bump A10 teams off the ESPN Plus, but you will be able to watch that one on ESPN, either if it's ESPN 2 or ESPN Plus. But with that being said, we're going to take a quick little break here on WUDR Flyer Radio. A lot to talk about still. Obviously, got the Super Bowl, a few other things to talk about. Again, Los, thank you for joining the show. We're going to keep you on because we got a little bit of time left.
About half an hour.
Yeah, just about half an hour here on Three Birds, One Stone. Again, you can follow our Instagram page, which is now 3 Birds, 1 Stone. The 1 is a number. But we will be right back here after the break here on WUDR 99.5.
Everybody to the Wild Wild West, a state that's untouchable like Elliot Ness. The track hits your eardrum like a slug to your chest. Back a vest for your Jimmy in the city of sex. We in that sunshine state where the bomb ass him be. The state where you never find a dance floor empty and pimp speed. On a mission for them greens. Lean, mean, money making machines, serving fiends. I've been in the game for 10 years making rap tunes. Ever since Honeys was wearing Sassoon, now it's 95 and they clock me and watch me diamond shining, looking like I'm Rob Liberace. It's all good from Diego to the Bay. Your city is the bomb if your city making pay. Throw up a finger if you feel the same way. Straight putting it down for California, yeah. West Coast. loafs and khaki suits and ride is what we do. Flossing but have caution, we collide with other troops. Famous because we throw drams. Worldwide, let them recognize from Long Beach to Rosecrans. Bumping and grinding like a slow jam. It's West Side, so you know the road will bow down to no man. Say what you say, but give me that bomb beat from Dre. Let me serenade the streets of LA. From Oakland to Sacktown, the Bay Area and back down. Cali is where they put they Mac down. Give me love. That's right. In the city, city of content, we keep it rocking. Yeah, now make it shake. Shake it, baby. Shake it, shake it, shake it, mama. Shake it, Cali. Shake it, baby. Shake it, Cali. Shake it, West Coast. In the house, yeah. Oaktown, Oakland definitely in the house. Frisco, yeah. Frisco, and you know LA up in this. Pasadena, where you at? Yeah, Inglewood, always up to no good. Even Hollywood trying to get a piece, baby. Sacramento, where you at?
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to WUDR Dayton 99.5 here in Dayton, Ohio. For Flyer Radio, I'm Joe Sullivan alongside my partners Money Mitch and Wags. And our special guests are Stoner of the Week, the man, the myth, the legend, Carlos Ballone III. How are you, Carlos?
I'm great.
Welcome back to the show. It's so good to have you. Obviously, our last segment talked a lot about that NBA talk and a lot going on.
Oh, yeah.
We talked a little bit about Kodak. We kind of got it.
Talk,
yeah,
all over the place a little bit,
right? Yeah. Talking a little about it a lot of good things. It's been a great show again this episode. And again, you can follow our Instagram page at 3 Birds 1 Stone. Again, the 1 is a number. Shout out to John Durham.
Just followed.
Let's followed. One of our first followers. A legend.
Shout out to Vincent.
Yeah.
Whoever that is, I guess he's we
appreciate the
a
love.
Listener in Auburn. Shout out you, bro.
He goes to Auburn.
Call in sometime.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Tap in, DM us.
DM us, yeah.
Whatever works. We got a lot of things going on with our social media page. We have not posted anything, but we will be posting stuff. Shout out Katie Sullivan. She'll be cooking up a little logos.
We're going to be big.
We got some stuff going.
Come up.
Yeah, for sure. Just shoot us a follow.
Hottest podcast in the 937.
In the 937.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Lots. We talked about a lot of great stuff. Dayton basketball obviously got a big game tomorrow night against St. Louis. That'll be an 8 p.m. start time. In what could be
make or break.
The decision for who wins the A-10 and who can pick up that 1 seed going into the A-10 tournament. Could be big for Dayton, especially after that huge win against VCU.
Yeah. Not huge, just win. Yeah, we wanted to let them back.
We needed that one.
It wasn't an impressive win. It was, but as far as the A-10 goes, it's a win they needed.
Oh, absolutely.
And if they could beat St. Louis tomorrow, they could be in a good spot for picking up the 1 seed.
Yeah, for sure.
Despite how ugly it's been lately, to say the least. But let's move on. Obviously, we don't have too much time here, but let's move on a little bit to talk about NFL. Because, man, we got a lot to talk about there with the Super Bowl. I keep forgetting it's even, here.
It's this week.
It's even happening this Sunday.
4 days.
Just go around with our picks.
Yeah, we will. I mean, obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes is back in business, back in the Super Bowl this year.
Best QB in the league.
Yep, and he'll look to try and pick up his second Super Bowl of his career against the Fighting Philadelphia Eagles, who, man, have been fantastic this year.
Oh, yeah, they have.
And have kind of, rose out of the grave from that 2017 season where, they upset Tom Brady in the Philly special. They're back in business, but with a whole new ball club.
Yeah,
different
completely different.
Offense has been great this year. A.J. Brown, right? A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith have been fantastic. And then you can't talk about the Eagles without talking about Jalen Hurts, who will have a chance to prove himself in this game. And
very much so.
There's been a lot of negative talk around him saying, he's not the real deal. He can't do it. It's easy. I mean, I heard this a few days ago. I forgot which reporter it was, but he was saying it's easy to be really good in that system out in Philadelphia.
Right.
But, it's Jalen Hurts has with the history that he's had, getting benched for 2 in the national championship game against Alabama.
This is nothing new.
It's nothing new with a chip on his shoulder. And now he's coming in the Super Bowl, obviously taking on Patrick Mahomes in a season where he is an MVP contender. He might, he could win the MVP. Who knows?
Yeah, probably will.
It's going to be a big game for him in Philly. And, the Chiefs are back in business. But, for Patrick Mahomes, it's a little different for him, coming off that injury. We'll see how healthy he is.
Yeah.
He played fantastic off that bum ankle.
Against the Bengals.
Yeah, against the Bengals. He was lights out. And, he won't have Tyreek Hill this year, and it's going to be a little bit different in this Super Bowl. But, again, Travis Kelce still got those weapons.
Oh, yeah.
He is so fun to watch.
So we gave our early takes last week for the Super Bowl and who we thought we're going to pick kind of right off the bat initially. It's here. It's time. Only a few days away, and it feels like a holiday. And
it is.
We have a lot of great commercials coming up.
One of the greatest weekends in football.
Right. We got a lot of good commercials. We
got to talk about them after, too.
Yeah. We got the Breaking Bad commercial with the popcorners.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited for that one.
The Ant-Man one, too.
The Ant-Man one. Yeah, there's a bunch of cool ones. And then, again, a whole bunch that we haven't seen yet that we'll be able to talk about.
Whopper.
In our next show, yeah. Maybe a little BK action. They got to, right?
They're going to have to get crazy.
Where's that in the Grammys? Let's be real.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
They probably could have won one.
Song of the year, please. Commercial song of the year. But, yeah, we gave our picks last week. I'm interested to see if any of ours has changed. I still, again, don't know if mine has changed, but
maybe a little.
But our stoner of the week, again, Carlos, we're going to start with you. Super Bowl prediction, who do you got, and what is the score?
Well, I got to go Chiefs here, and I think it'll be pretty hardly fought game. I don't know. The score, I'm going to say Chiefs, give me 31 Chiefs, and give me 24 Eagles. I'll give a touchdown game.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
I like a touchdown game just because, like, I haven't seen a lot of stuff on how, like, equally matched, like, statistically, like, this game is. Like, the record-wise,
right.
like, passing-wise.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think you could go against Mahomes here.
What do you think the key is for, both teams? Like, where do the Chiefs win it for you?
I think if the Chiefs, like, could get, like, even, like, somewhat of a run game, I feel like they're just going to win, like, easily. But if the Eagles could actually, like, because they've had great pressure all year, if the Eagles' D-line just stops the run, just forces Mahomes to pass every down, it's like there's a chance like he might mess up. I feel like that just give him more chances to mess up, honestly. And you just got to stay in it with your offense.
And we saw him against the 49ers. I mean, that front seven was fantastic. And, you talk about the 49ers obviously having, the top defense in the league the entire year. I mean, let up 31.
And put that pressure on Mahomes, too. They have to put that pressure on him.
Absolutely. They got to make him make some plays. And I think Patrick Mahomes will make some plays and put himself, as well as the team, in a good position.
Andy Reid's offense, it's going to be a very fun game.
But Isaiah Pacheco's like...
Absolutely.
That man, I really like that man.
Yeah, he's had a great season. He's been a stud.
Yeah, he's just he runs hard.
He could be a really good player for years to come.
For sure.
Mitch, I believe you had did you have the Eagles?
No, that was just Isaiah. Isaiah was.
Oh, you're right. Isaiah was the lone stone, right?
Yeah,
he was the only one.
Yeah, literally.
About the light-skinned QBs.
So I don't think my pick has changed. I still think it'll be a very close scoring game, and I think it'll be close. Obviously, I think it's going to come down though, as I've been predicting. I think it's going to be one on a field goal. I think. So I'm going to say 34-31 Chiefs, and I think this game's winnable by both teams. I think either team can come in here and win, and it would not surprise me. I think if you're the Eagles, though, in order to win this game, like Los was saying, defense is obviously got to be huge because you are playing probably the greatest quarterback in the league right now, especially with Tom Brady gone. But that being said, I think if the Chiefs, if Patrick Mahomes plays like how Patrick Mahomes plays, I think that it's gonna be a cakewalk for him.
There you go,
for sure. 2
Chiefs, and then our third. Our stone this week is not going with the Eagles. So Wags, are we sticking with the Chiefs this week?
Yeah, I mean we're Chiefs across the board.
Yeah.
Not wavering from last week. I think 2 weeks off from Mahomes will be good. The ankle will be feeling better.
Oh, absolutely.
Talked about it, though. He's just been going to Travis Kelce a lot. Like, if the Eagles shut that down, that'll be good. They have such an explosive offense, but, like, I think it really comes down to experience. And the Chiefs has that. And the Eagles, you talked about it, they were there in 2018, but different squad, different guys.
Different squad.
Yeah,
a lot of young guys. So, they can go out and ball, but in that position, I always give it to the team that's been there before, and I think the Chiefs are going to take care of business. I like you guys, though. It'll be high scoring. I think it'll be a dog fight. It'll be close.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I hope it's high scoring, bro.
To be fair, honestly, a lot of the dudes on the Chiefs are, like, kind of new, but they still have Kelce, Mahomes, and Andy Reid.
Yeah.
They've all been there.
Right.
And those are the 3 biggest ones.
That core.
Yeah.
And also, to go on top of it, I feel like the Chiefs defense, like last week, they stepped up big time. If they could play even like 80% of what they did last week, I feel like they'll like win the game. But
yeah,
I saw
true.
I was looking up like the injury report, and it said like Ladarius Sneed, like he just passed concussion protocols. But I don't know if that's gonna affect him because he's the Chiefs' #1 corner, and if he's guarding AJ. And he's like not fully like 100%.
Yeah,
that could be like a game changer right
for
there.
sure.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a big matchup.
He got injured against the Bengals, right?
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, I thought that was pretty crazy. Because they had all rookie cornerbacks, I think, starting against the Bengals, and they still got a couple picks and turnovers.
Secondary is going to be big for both teams.
Oh, for sure.
Again, I think it's going to be a tight one. I'm also going to go with the Chiefs. So if you're an Eagles fan listening to this, you probably should feel good about it. All of us going with the Chiefs. I think, if the Eagles, I think they got a shot. I think they got a really good chance to come out and win this game. Because Philly's a scrappy. It's always feel like a gritty, scrappy squad. And I think if they can force a few turnovers, obviously Darius Slay, their secondary has been fantastic.
Big play Slay?
Yeah, they've been great. If they can force a few turnovers, they'll be in a good spot. Again, allowing Jalen Hurts to
take over.
Absolutely.
I think this will be a huge game in Jalen Hurts' career. It's kind of I don't want to say it's make or break. Okay. But it's definitely like if he wants to be that MVP, this is his moment. Like this is his moment to shine.
And there you go.
MVP.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
But I think he can still lose this game and impress people and show people that he is.
Last thing I'll say though, I think both teams can win. But if I was Calvin Ridley, I was going Chiefs. You know what I mean? Yeah.
There you go. Our final take from Los. We don't have too much time. We have to wrap it up. Unfortunately, it is 4:00. But Carlos, again, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Of course, thank you guys for having me.
For sure, so great to have you as our second.
You'll be
Stone
back.
Ever. Yep.
Don't worry, you'll be back.
For sure.
It's been fantastic.
We're not going anywhere.
Absolutely. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. 4 Chiefs across the board. Big game for the Super Bowl this week, and a lot to go. College basketball, we covered it all, and obviously, definitely keep an eye on the NBA.
Exciting week.
This has been, it has been unbelievable. But again, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of 3 Birds and 1 Stone. We'll be back again, same time next week with a new stone. But again, make sure to follow our Instagram page, 3 Birds, 1 Stone. The 1 is the number 1. Just a heads up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for this episode here on WUDR. We'll be right back next week.
You see, war is not the answer, for only love